If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs. Blue like the ocean is what we're going for here with Shaman. The Pauldrons are from Castle Nathria Mythic. Sire Denathrius, that's about a 6% drop rate. Really like that look, that coloring, that gray, both dark, light, and the blue. Next up, the chest, which we're pulling from Throne of Thunder Heroic. That would be Cache of Storms, about a 16% drop rate for the Scales of Shaped Flesh. Next up is the belt, which I do believe might be Alliance only. Cruel Gladiators, Ringmail Clasp. Actually, from the first tier in Legion, Emerald Nightmare as well as the Nighthold, that would be a good substitute on the Horde side. Matter of fact, it might even be a nicer looking piece. I didn't use that particular piece just simply because it doesn't really render that well because it's too shiny, way too shiny. Made a mistake on the legs, which were the previous of the feet here. Those legs are part of the same tier set as the chest, which would be Throne of Thunder Heroic. The wrist, these are bracers from Heart of Fear LFR. Next up is the back, Gilded Thorian Cloak, Karazhan BC, Terrestrian Ilho, 17% drop rate. Next up we have a Ladies on Dolari Troll showing the Tabard of the Lightbringer, Icecrown Citadel. It is a quest reward. You have to get somebody to take out the Lich King with Frostborn, and then you get a quest, and part of that quest is the Tabard. The helm, as you can see, is from Mop as well, and the weapon, Uldir Heroic. Really like this green set. We're pulling the shoulders from BFA, Dragon Rider Spalders, Isle Expeditions, or you can purchase it on the auction house. Probably the best way to go at this point. Now the chest means that you're going to have to be a Venthyr Shaman. Not a bad idea, actually. Chain Harvest, pretty cool for Shaman, especially on the DPS side Shaman. The belt is the Dragon Rider's Waist Guard, which is Isle Expeditions or the auction house. Yes, you can get that from the auction house as well. And now we're going to move to the legs, which actually aren't part of the same, not part of the same chest set. It is the Humble Aspirant's Leggings. You do get it in Bastion on Larian Wings. It's a quest reward. I thought it went a lot better than the Revendreth Venthyr leg piece. But we're back to the Venthyr set again. Rep and Renown, Campaign, Fear Stalkers, Ebony Sabatons on those boots. And now we're going to go with the wrist. Keep in mind, this is the wrist. Fierce Stalkers, Burnished Bracers. So that's actually two different pieces from the Venthyr campaign, or two different sets that are being represented here. Next up is the back, which is the Markered Cloak of Command, or the Marked Cloak of Command. Anyway, the helm, Cybergenic Mech Shades, WAD level engineering. Check your local engineer, check your local auction house for those specs. And the weapon is the Cudgel of Trials. That's the Garrison Proving Grounds quest reward. A very earthy look for Shaman, pretty easy to pick up too. Living Mountains Shoulder Guards. This is a recolor from the Hunter tier set from High Maul or from Warlords of Draenor. Now we're moving on to a vanilla piece, which is the Lord's Breastplate, Swamp of Sorrows. It drops from a rare there, or you could buy it on the auction house. Now we have a Shaman piece, of course, that would be the belt. It's from Tomb of Sargeras Heroic, Priestess Lunaspire, fair drop rate for the Waistguard of Interminable Unity. Next up, we're going to move on to the legs, which are part of the same drop set from Vanilla as the chest. This piece drops in Burning Steps off a rare. It's listed there, or you can purchase it on the auction house. Now we're moving on to the bracers, or the wrists, or actually the feet first, which is pretty easy to get. Keep in mind, this is the Conquest version of the boots, Shadowlands PvP vendor. Right now, as this video is being made, you got to buy it for Conquest, but eventually it will be Honor or Marks of Honor. Lords, Armed Guards, Tenaris. It drops from a rare in Tenaris, or you can purchase it on the auction house to get those bracers. Looking pretty sharp on a Ladies on Dolari Troll. Mantle of Fury. That's Mount Hyjal. It's a quest reward. This is, so basically if you've done that quest, you will get that ability to mog that piece. and High Maul Mythic for the helm. And the last piece is the weapon, which of course is a mace, the Everbloom Heroic, Yalnu, 12% drop. This is mostly Legion, a couple of pieces from BC, and of course BFA. Dalaran Legion, Legion PvP vendor, Marks of Honor to get the Fearless Gladiators Ringmail Spalders. Keep in mind that would be Alliance only on those Spalders. Next up, the chest, Scale Breastplate of Carnage. That would be Karazhan BC version Nightbane. That's a special boss that you're going to have to go through some special quests in order to be able to summon. So check Wowhead, Nightbane, Wowhead. You'll figure it out. It'll be like a 4-hour video if I had to explain it at this point. Waistguard of Interminable Unity. That would be Tomb of Sargeras. Next up, we're moving on to the legs, Rip Flare leggings. That would be Karazhan BC, Nether Spite, Nether Pite, Nether Spite. It's a boss, 20% drop rate, no special instructions for the legs. Those are pretty easy to get. The feet, Treads of the Starry Obelisk, which is Uldum Cata version. It's a quest reward, so keep that in mind to get those old boots from Cata. The hands, Grips of the Skybreaker, Tomb of Sargeras Hardjaden is the boss, 16% on the drop rate for those gloves. Next up, we're moving on and we're hooking you up with the back, which is the Dark Phantom Cape, Black Rock Spire, various mobs, auction house, kind of a fair drop rate to get that cape. The helm, Eyes of Bewilderment, Forge of Souls, which looks very much like Torghast, by the way, Bronze Jam. And the weapon, Pillar of the Drowned Cabal, that would be Crucible of Storms Mythic. For Resto Shaman, I really like this look. I think it works. I love the Bone Link set from Vanilla WoW, which is the chest. Throne of Thunder Heroic is where we're getting the shoulders, the gloves, and the belt. Yes, next up is the chest. It's the Bone Link armor. You can farm it at Azul Farak, or you could buy it on the auction house. Probably the best way to go. Heading back to Throne of Thunder Heroic to get the belt, which starts from that three-headed snake boss. From Throne of Thunder Heroic, Links of the Bifurcated Tongue, about 8% on the drop rate. Next up, Bone Link leggings or leggards, one of the two. Let's see, it would be leg plates, okay. Dire Maul, various mobs there. Just go in there, take out all of Dire Maul, or you can buy it on the auction house. Probably the best way to go. Now we have a Dwarf Shaman showing the feet, which are scaled Ice Walkers, which is crafted from Wrath of the Lich King level leatherworking, or purchased on the auction house. So you could go with any kind of grayish green boots. Thought these went best. Grips of Cinderflesh, Throne of Thunder Heroic, same boss as the belt. In the back, Marsh Water Mantle, Tanan Jungle, Baleful Cloak. Make sure you're on Heroic level. What am I talking about? It's the Baleful Crafted Armor. That's how you get it. Anyway, the shield, as you can see, is pretty easy pickup. Head is Black Rook Hold Heroic. And finally, we're getting to the weapon, which is the Everbloom Heroic, Yalnu, Hoof of Yalnu. Getting a lot of pieces here from the Nighthold Mythic, Tichondrius, Pauldrons of the Shackled Elements. So the head, the shoulders, the belt, and the gloves are all coming from either Nighthold or the Emerald Nightmare, Mythic version of both. Blackrock Spire, various mobs there for the Eobon Hold armor, which you're probably better off just buying on the auction house, quite honestly, rather than going there and farming it. Time-wise, it makes more sense. The belt, Creeping String of Larva. That would be the Emerald Nightmare Mythic, Nithendra, 12% on the drop rate for the belt. Next up is the legs, which are part of the same tier set or drop set from Vanilla as the chest, Eobon Hold leggings, Black Rock Spire, various mobs, auction house to pick that up. We have a dwarf. I do believe it's a Dark Iron dwarf. Showing the feet, Atonement Greaves, Naxxramas 25 man. That's part of the Shaman tier from Wrath of the Lich King. The hands, Gauntlets of Shackled Elements, which is also the Nighthold Mythic. So you can see the boss. Now we're going to move on to the back, which is the Gilded Thorian Cloak, Karazhan Burning Crusade version, Terrestrial Hoof, 17% on the drop rate. Love that cloak, by the way. The shield, Blackhorn's Mighty Bulwark. That's a Dragon Soul Heroic, War Master Blackhorn, 18% on the drop rate for that Piece, the headpiece is Helm of Shackled Elements. The Nighthold Mythic, Elisande, 5% on the drop rate. Final piece, the weapon, Mindbreaker Scepter, Iron Docks, Oshir, 18% drop. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. And I'm going to leave you with a final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make your day absolutely epic. Thanks for watching.